Good afternoon and welcome to the 2021 Mott Community College Virtual Commencement Celebration. I am Jason Wilson, Vice President of Student Academic Success, and we appreciate you joining us today for this unique celebration of student success. Before we get started, I want to thank the Virtual Commencement Committee for making this celebration possible. I also want to recognize the great work of our award-winning faculty. In these turbulent times, your unwavering support of our students mattered more than ever before. Today's commencement ceremony is being live streamed through our YouTube channel. And now I'd like to introduce Dr. Brian Ivory, Professor and Honors College Director, who will present some moments of reflection for today's ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Wilson. On 4 occasions, I've been given the honor to speak at Mott's commencement ceremony to offer a moment of reflection to our soon-to-be graduates. We can all agree that this virtual graduation is not what you had in mind for such a momentous occasion. Most would prefer to celebrate the moment in the Dort Federal Arena with family and friends up in the stands cheering you on. Mott Community College, which is known for putting on a lively graduation, had to re-envision today's event from the ground up. I, too, was left with no choice but to discard my previous remarks to match the tone and timing of today's ceremony. Let me start by bringing attention to the obvious. We've all been through so much these past 15 months. For many, you are here now with a mix of emotions. For some, this occasion may feel bittersweet. And to that I say, it's okay to mourn, to grieve, and to feel sadness for the disappointments and losses that you've endured. And yet, here you are now. It's just past 2 p.m. on Saturday, May 1st, 2021. Despite what's been taken away, this moment is very much yours. This virtual space is yours as well. As for the achievements we are here to recognize today, also yours. In fact, nothing can ever take away the degrees conferred upon you this afternoon. Not even a pandemic can do that. As noted earlier, I had to start over in choosing my words and tone for this occasion. Time and again, my thoughts turned to my role as a professor. For 20 years, I've been blessed to teach students at Mott Community College. On the first day of each semester, I start with a reading that, for me, serves as an invocation to the course. I'm inspired to share that reading with you here today. For me, invocations are carefully spoken words used to call people together at a specific time, in a certain place, and in the hopes of achieving a shared goal or purpose. Over the past decade, for example, I've used this invocation to call together those students enrolled in the Honors Colloquium. At the very outset of class, I pause with my students ever so briefly to recognize the opportunity we have to spend the coming Tuesdays and Thursday mornings together in our MMB classroom. As for my hopes at that moment, that we foster an inclusive learning community that invites each student to explore the topics of social diversity as it relates to themselves, their classmates, and even their professor. And now, to help focus our attention as well as our intention, I will now share this reading with the class of 2021. These words are especially for you. Because the universe is mysterious, beyond knowing, enchanting, and alive, we come to this place. Because the heart has the capacity for vast confidence and tender sadness, we gather here. Because delight and beauty and fear and breadth and wonder reveal our natural dignity, we seek this moment. Because the universe is mysterious, ultimately beyond knowing, enchanting, and forever alive, we come here now to share this recognition. We come to this place. To our Mott graduates, we celebrate your audacious achievements in the face of these uncertain and unsettling times. Later in the program, after your name and degree are read, I invite you to lean back and smile as you reflect upon the blessings, the challenges, and the unflinching resilience that brought you here today. Congratulations to each of you.
Thank you, Dr. Ivory. It's now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Ann Figueroa, Chair of the Mott Community College Board of Trustees, who will welcome you to these ceremonies.
Thank you, Jason. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Mott Community College, welcome and congratulations to the class of 2021. A graduation ceremony, even a virtual one, is a special occasion. It's a time of celebration, of contemplating a new chapter and opening doors to new opportunities, and all the joys and responsibilities that go with them. You have demonstrated through hard work, dependability, honesty, integrity, perseverance, and dedication that you've earned the right to be proud of your achievements. This has been the toughest year many of us could have ever imagined. The global pandemic stopped us in our tracks and made us reevaluate our priorities. You, like the rest of the world, had to pivot and figure out ways to communicate with friends and family, work from home, and continue your college education. And yes, even some of us had to learn how to shop for groceries online. But we did it. Even though we were apart, we did it together. Let's pause for a moment and consider what happened. Mott Community College has high academic standards that you've had to meet, and we have dedicated faculty and staff who've been there to guide you and challenge you. Plus, many of you have friends and families who've been there to assist and support you when you needed it. Your hard work is clear to all of us, and we couldn't be more proud. Remember that your faculty and likely family and friends have made sacrifices too so that you can be successful. Whether it's getting the necessary digital equipment and software to you so that you can continue taking your classes, vacating a room so you could study quietly, or tutoring you for a test, or just being there for you virtually when you needed someone to understand. Success is a team effort. Everyone joining us today is part of your team. They're here to share in this rewarding moment and walk the path with you, even if it's 6 feet apart for now. I and the rest of the members of the Board of Trustees salute your accomplishments. You've met this challenge. Your new challenge is to continue to stretch and grow, and we are all here for you and will be always on your team. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair Figueroa. It is now my great pleasure to welcome the president of Mott Community College, Dr. Beverly Walker Graffia. Dr. Walker Graffia will now present the Phil Braun and Paul Carr Awards.
Well, Dr. Ivory shared during his reflection remarks that you all had made audacious achievements, and I loved that. So I am going to introduce to you two of your graduates that also have made audacious achievements. But before I do, I would like to share the background of each award. The first is the Phil Braun Award, which goes to the sophomore student who has graduated with the highest academic achievement of all graduating students. This award was originally established by Phil Braun in 1941 to be given annually to the outstanding scholastic graduate of what was then Flint Junior College. It was one more goodwill gesture on the part of Mr. Braun to be included in his many contributions and work with civic organizations in Flint. Mr. George Newell founded what is now the Braun and Braun Insurance Agency in 1886. Phil Braun took over that agency in the early 1920s, and it is the oldest insurance agency in our community. In 1957, he and his wife, along with his son and daughter-in-law, further demonstrated support of the college by becoming sponsors of the College Cultural and Development Fund. The names of the recipients of the Phil Braun Award are now engraved on a plaque, which remains on display at Mott Community College. The honorees are given this award to signify their hard work and their high academic achievement. I am so pleased today to present this year's award to Andrew Tolles. Andrew, will you please come forward? Oh, he's already standing here. Now, Andrew will say a few words to the class of 2021. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hello, fellow Mott graduates. First, I would like to thank Dr. Beverly and Vice President Wilson for the honor of speaking to you, the class of 2021. I also want to give thanks to the MCC faculty and staff for aiding not only in my education, but the education of each graduating student present today. After our graduation, each of us will be moving on to bigger and better things. For some of us, including myself, this achievement is coming later than I planned. And to me, that is the beauty of community colleges. There are people of all ages attending Mott to create change in their lives. Many of us will be transferring to a four-year institution, while others will be moving into their chosen profession. Some of us are still considering what their next steps are going to be. Regardless of your very next step, one thing is certain. The fact that we are here today means we can handle whatever challenges lie ahead of us. This past year has been especially challenging as the complications of moving to online courses greatly impacted each and every one of us. Not having in-person connection with our professors, access to campus and student camaraderie came as a shock to many of us. But we are still here. We completed our degrees when times were at their most difficult. Many of us have children, jobs, bills, family health crises, and yet we still did it. To my fellow graduates, I want you to use this resilience when moving forward in life, to recognize what you have overcome these past 2 years as motivation to accomplish anything you put your mind to. John Locke, the English philosopher, once said, "Reading furnishes the mind only with materials of knowledge. It is thinking that makes what we read ours." The most important advice I can give each of you today is this: keep up with your readings, whether it be for academic or personal pursuits, and never, never stop thinking. In other words, it is not enough to pack our brains with information. It is through thinking about what we read that allows us to understand it, to make it our own, and to use it in the future. No matter what plans you have after today, I believe you will succeed. For me, I will be continuing on at the University of Michigan Flint, hoping to one day join the ranks of those professors responsible for educating the next generation. I have to thank Mott Community College for renewing my passion for academics. To the entire MCC community, thank you for all the time, support, and effort in helping me and my fellow graduates achieve this goal. And of course, congratulations to the MCC class of 2021. In the end, you did it. You put in the time, you put in the effort, and you are now a college graduate. Good luck to all of you going forward, and thank you.
Thank you again, Andrew, for those wonderful words about how you made it realistically over these last few years in a pandemic and completed. So it's now my honor to share about the next award that we are going to award. That is the Paul H. Carr Award. And that goes to a graduating student because of high qualities of character and valuable service to the college, has been chosen as the best citizen in his or her class. Many of today's students and staff may not know who Paul Carr was, but they do know that the Paul Carr Award, one of the college's most prestigious awards, is presented annually to an outstanding graduate. Paul Carr was a student at what was then known as Flint Junior College during the 1920s. He served as Davidson City Attorney for 20 years and was the past president of the Genesee County Bar Association. He was a former owner and publisher of the Davidson Index newspaper and the former president of MCC's Alumni Association. The award was named for him based on the standards that he set by which future recipients would be judged. Paul Carr died on February 9th, 1995, and in his honor, the Board of Trustees established this award to acknowledge his relationship and contributions to Mott Community College. The names of the recipients of the Paul Carr Award are now engraved on a plaque, which remains on display at our college. The recipient is given this award to keep in recognition of their service. So I am so pleased to present this award to McKeely Diaz. McKeely, if you step forward. I am pleased to present this award to McKeely Diaz, and she will now share some words of wisdom.
Hello, everyone. The title of my speech is From an Ordinary Student to a Category 5 Hurricane. When I started attending Mott, I was dead set on being an ordinary student. This was going to be the first time since the beginning of high school I wouldn't have to worry about any after-school events, clubs, or sports. Before my Mott classes began, I attended the annual Trustees Scholar Night with my parents. I was so dead set on being an ordinary that when we learned about the Phi Theta Kappa chapter on campus, I turned to them and said, "Nope, I'm not doing any more honors. I am done." At that moment, I may have jinxed myself. I certainly did not see a Category 5 hurricane in my horizon. Near the end of my second semester, my commitment to be an ordinary student came to an abrupt end. A couple months into the COVID pandemic, my friend Hunter reached out and asked if I received an email about joining the Phi Theta Kappa student board. I looked back in my emails and saw I had one from Kim Jakina encouraging me to apply. To be honest, I was very much on the fence about applying. I had come to really like my daily routine of studying and sleeping most of the day. But in the back of my head, I wondered, what if I actually joined the board? What would happen then? Finally, I went to my parents to get their opinion. As parents often do, they gave me a speech about how it was an honor to be invited, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity for me. At that moment, I figured I would apply for a couple positions. But the funny thing is, I applied for PTK president because I didn't think I had a shot at getting it. Regardless, I knew I submitted my application. I knew that the time as an ordinary student was about to come to an end. One of my favorite quotes is from young adult fiction writer John Green. In his coming-of-age novel, Looking for Alaska, the lead character, Pudge, falls in love with a beautiful yet unpredictable girl named Alaska. She causes him to look at his teenage life differently. As the novel's narrator, he says of her, "So I walked back into my room, collapsed on the bottom bunk, thinking if people were rain, I was a drizzle, and she was a hurricane." The last part, "and she was a hurricane," stuck with me for many years. The day the PTK advisors told me I was selected to become the next board president, I too became a hurricane, a Category 5 hurricane, in fact. I was on a mission to make our chapter the best it could be and build off the success of last year's board. To briefly summarize my extraordinary experience at Mott, our PTK chapter reached the elusive 5-star status. Along the way, serving as PTK president opened up many doors at Mott I never knew existed. For example, I consider myself fortunate enough to sit on the Campus Life Enrichment Fund Committee, also known as CLEF. I also serve on the PSAC, which is the acronym we use for Dr. Garfia's President Student Advisory Council. I'm sharing these details today because I would never have these opportunities if I decided to remain an ordinary student. I'm not gonna lie, there were challenging times along the way when I was like, man, do I wish I could turn back the clock. But I would have missed out on working with great students and mentors who allowed me to grow into a better leader. I would not have also recognized my own Category 5 hurricane potential. Mind you, I may not produce substantial winds exceeding 150 miles per hour, nor blow down trees and power poles like toothpicks, nor cause widespread power outages. I have learned, however, how to harness my personal power to contribute to the common good. Mott has provided a lot of opportunities I didn't know were possible at a community college, like the Trustee Leadership Scholarship. I'm very grateful I was able to further my education right here at Mott Community College. Before stepping away from the podium, there are a few people I would like to thank. First of all, I want to express my appreciation to my parents for always pushing me to be the best. They always told me I should always make my own path in life and not let anything hold me back. Without their constant encouragement, I would not be standing here. Thanks to my grandfather, he is my #1 fan, but through his actions taught me that you can be the richest person on earth, which would be very nice, but that doesn't always guarantee happiness. Happiness comes from helping others. Thanks to also my fellow classmates that serve on the PTK board as well as CLEF and PSAC committees. Finally, I want to thank Kim Jakina and Dr. Brian Ivory because without them, I literally would not be standing here. As my PTK advisors, they pushed me, and without them, I would not be accepting the Paul Carr Award. Congratulations to all the Mott Community College graduates. You deserve this. Thank you, President Dr. Garcia and Vice President Wilson, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Hurricane McKeely. And congratulations, Andrew. You make us very proud. Thank you very much. It's now my pleasure to present choir director and music professor, Dr. Matthew Packer. Dr. Packer has composed and will now perform an original song especially written for this year's virtual commencement ceremony, titled My Time to Shine, which is a song of hope and resilience. Dr. Packer?
Thank you, Vice President Wilson, and congratulations to our graduates. This is your time to shine. Found my voice in the midst of swirling uncertainty, when what we've known was turned inside out and upside down. Yet in this time I held to hope as a waking dream. A new day would come, a new light would dawn, and all would see that we can turn it around, turn it around, turn it around, and say, I was down but never out, I was lost but now I'm found, and there's no going back. Turn the losses into gains, say the rainbows in the rain, 'cause it's my time to shine, gonna make it fine. I found my voice in the midst of veiled opportunity. Sometimes stumbling blocks are blessings in disguise. I discovered things aren't always as they seem, and wisdom comes with clarity when we realize that we can turn it around, turn it around, turn it around, and say, I was down but never out, I was lost, but now I'm found, and there's no going back. Turn the losses into gains, see the rainbows in the rain, 'cause it's my time to shine, gonna make it fine. We are living in a world that's been turned on its end, but endings help create a space for new life to begin, so we can turn it around, turn it around, turn it around, and say, I was down but never out, I was lost but now I'm found, and there's no going back. Turn the losses into gains, see the rainbows in the rain, 'cause it's my time to shine. I was down but never out, I was lost but now I'm found, and there's no going back. Turn the losses into gains, see the rainbows in the rain, 'cause it's my time to shine.
Thank you, Dr. Packer. That was tremendous, so beautiful. Dr. Packer, you never cease to amaze me and you never disappoint. And so I just want to give my own virtual applause to you for this wonderful, wonderful song that you have created that really honors this moment. So now it's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Melanie Gavalik. She's president and CEO of the Hurley Medical Center. Melanie Gavalik, RN, MBA, has served as president and chief executive officer at Hurley Medical Center since February of 2012. Before this appointment, she served as the senior vice president and chief operating officer at Hurley, where she was responsible for operations, nursing, and all patient care services. She has a wealth of healthcare experience serving in leadership roles within Hurley over the last 21 years. As a results-oriented professional with a proven track record of collaborative working relationships with physicians, staff, colleagues, and external customers, she has been successful in developing and facilitating teams that have positively impacted quality outcomes for us in Flint and Genesee County. Ms. Gavalik received her bachelor's degree in management systems in 1991 from Kettering University and an MBA from Baker College of Graduate Studies in 2005. She truly is a hometown leader. I'm so proud to say that she received her associate's degree from Mott Community College in nursing in 1997, and her many accomplishments earned her the Mott Community College 2019 Distinguished Alumni Award. I have found while working with Ms. Gavalik that she is truly an exceptional leader who serves this community with courage, integrity, and great determination. And so I know, graduates, that she is going to provide many, many points that will inspire you today to go on and have the accomplishments that she has had with her life. And because we are so grateful that she has come to share those moments with us, I am pleased to present her the commemorative medallion that recognizes her serving as our distinguished commencement speaker today. May it serve Ms. Gavalik as a remembrance of this special day for many years to come.
Thank you so very much, President Walker-Griffia and the Mott Community College Board of Trustees, for inviting me to speak today and for this beautiful commemorative medallion. I commend you and your entire team for the great work you continue to do. I'm so honored to be a part of this milestone day for all of you graduates. It's an amazing feat to graduate from college, but to do it amidst a pandemic, you all are as good as it gets. I trust that you will all look back with fondness at your time with Mott Community College, particularly as you recall how you, your fellow classmates, your instructors, the leadership, and the entire team at Mott had to pivot as the pandemic unfolded. Hopefully, you're able to reflect on those times and realize the added education that this provided you while finishing your degree. Recognizing these challenges, learning from them, and knowing you made it through them is in and of itself personally inspiring and a story that you can share with others to learn from for years to come. To this day, I have frequent recall of the learning that I experienced while a student at Mott, and I didn't do it during a pandemic. The pandemic has taught us all so much about persevering amidst uncertainty. That is no doubt what all of you had to do to reach your goal and cross the finish line. Even as the world was evolving and changing around us daily, so many of you may have been part of the front line, or many of you will use your Mott degree to be a part of the front line. The front line has grown through this pandemic to be much more inclusive than what we originally defined as frontliners. This inclusivity makes all of you so incredibly essential to our continued conquering of this pandemic. It's also what makes you important to the prosperity of our economy going forward. Whether you are part of the healthcare workforce, the information technology workforce, or keeping our infrastructure in good stead, whatever role Mott has prepared you for, you will all have a hand in helping our economy turn the corner and welcome in the days of prosperity. You'll have such an amazing story to tell years down the road about how you were able to graduate from college despite the many challenges that the pandemic brought to us. And then you'll be able to share how your involvement after graduating from college and pursuing your career made you a part of history as we saw the end of the pandemic. What a great and inspiring story all of you will have as you remind the world that you are Mott strong. As a 1997 graduate of Mott Community College with a degree in nursing, I must say I was always very enamored with the students around me and the broad representation of differences we all brought to the table. Mott Community College was definitely a game changer in my career roadmap. When I made the decision that I wanted to be a hospital administrator, I made a commitment to myself that I would obtain clinical competency so that I could truly understand what it was that I was administrating. After receiving a bachelor's degree from GMI and accepting a job in cost accounting at a bank, I knew I was building transferable knowledge that was building a good foundation for hospital administration. But that cornerstone of clinical credibility was yet to be obtained. I enjoyed working full-time, and quite frankly, I needed the money to pay off some student loans, so finding a way to obtain a clinical degree and continue to work a full-time job was going to be a challenge, until I found Mott's nursing program. Unlike some nursing programs, which dissuaded you from having a full-time job while obtaining your nursing degree, Mott was there as a helper for students who were finding their second career, or obtaining their degree as a working parent, or obtaining a degree while working full-time. They had heard and seen every circumstance, and they were there to support you through to your success. The fact that classes were readily offered on the weekends and the evenings helped me tremendously. Once I got into clinicals and could actually do them on second shift, I really realized the value that Mott was giving to me. Those were long days, and it certainly gave me the knowledge that I was seeking, but it also gave me so much more. It allowed me to meet many others who were either changing careers or had finally decided what they wanted to get a degree in, or those who had a huge disdain for academics in high school, but finally decided on a career that they were willing to work hard for. At GMI, I had been surrounded by a majority of students who had just graduated from high school, who were from all over the country and were going to college full-time. When I got to Mott, my experience with a wide variety of individuals, all from the surrounding area, I immediately felt a sense of community. Although we were all at different ages and stages in our lives, we all knew the Flint area, and we were all bound and determined to support each other through our classes at Mott. I remember marveling at those who were raising kids while going to college, and some of them even held jobs on top of that. These people were amazing. I remember all of us putting together study guides to help each other out. We were our own little community, and if you saw any one of us out and about, you never would have put us in the same room. But that was the beauty of it all. I learned that so many different walks of life can have a common goal, and that common goal can be a huge draw for people coming together. I still to this day see many of the people with whom I graduated from Mott. We all talk about how much fun we had, albeit somewhat stressful, but the camaraderie couldn't be beat. I walked away from my experience at Mott with more than a nursing degree. I was able to truly understand the power of people coming together for a greater good. Sure, I had learned that in my various management classes at GMI, but we were much more homogenous in our stage of life at GMI. I wasn't able to appreciate how so many differences can bring so many more things and ideas to the table to create such an open learning environment. one that goes well beyond the academic text and goes into how to work with people, how to bring out the best in someone, how to differentiate what motivates someone, how to understand that people may start out each day with a different set of priorities than you, but at the end, you're all pursuing the same goal. You can find something relatable in everyone, and making sure that you not only find those differences but value them is the added learning that I received from my time as a student at Mott. And I must say, I didn't recognize it wholly at the time, but in reflection, I was able to discern the social responsibility that was created amidst Mott's culture. I distinctly recall the instructors taking great concern in student success when they saw barriers that I didn't view as barriers to education, but they would still find resources for that student anyway. They really cared about the whole student. I see that even more so today on Mott's campus, with the Family Life Center, food pantry, the Student Emergency Fund, and how the students were treated as this pandemic unfolded. These resources are meaningful, and they create a culture that you must understand is a real distinction. Being in an environment that values these aspects and that address barriers to education assists you in inheriting this as a way of thinking and a way of doing, and that is so important as we all move forward, Mott strong, to make positive changes in this world. As you look toward your future, diploma in hand and an extra dose of optimism because of all of the challenges you've been able to face and get through, remember, you've been given a very strong foundation here at Mott Community College. You're among a very elite group of individuals who have gone forward before you and have achieved amazing success. Everyone's success is defined differently, and that's the beauty of it. Mott prepares you for your definition of success. All walks of life, all with different priorities, yet all garnering a strong education to forge ahead and keep our community safe, well, and economically sustained. So again, my sincerest congratulations on a very significant accomplishment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Govelick, for your words of wisdom that really will help our students to move forward and enjoy their next steps in life just as you have. We really appreciate you being here. So now, students, I get to say it as your president. Congratulations, Mott Community College, class of 2021. I bet you thought this day would never come, but here we are, celebrating your success. When you enrolled at Mott Community College, you set your sights on a better future for yourself, for your family, and for this community. You took the first step on a journey designed to change you, challenge you, and help you to grow. And all in all, it made you Mott strong. And now here you are. You have achieved the goal that you set for yourself, and you have succeeded. I know it hasn't always been easy, but you persevered. You rose to the challenges, and you made your challenges opportunities. And now, you're prepared to take on your future. Today, I am really pleased to announce that we have almost 700 students completing a degree or a certificate with us this year. That means almost 700 new MCC alumni are going to join the substantial work of many other alumni out there that are ensuring that our community remains economically viable and successful. Graduates, I'm so proud of your achievement. I'm so proud to honor you. This is truly your time, your day to celebrate. And today, We are celebrating you and the great work that you have accomplished. Now, if we were in person, I would be reminding you right now that you didn't make this journey alone. And I would ask you to pick out in the crowd all those family and friends who have supported you to achieve today's success. You know that some of you wouldn't have made it to this point in your educational career without those individuals in your life. Now, I can't hear all the cheering and the applause that normally happens at this time. It's really deafening. But I'm asking that right now you celebrate those persons yourselves that have helped you, whether they are right there with you in person or virtual. Please take the time, show them some love, and share your gratitude. Don't forget the commitment, the dedication, and determination that your faculty have shown as well. They've done this to provide you a quality learning experience that will help you have an excellent future. So please, take some time. Promise me you're going to take some time to seek out your faculty members and share your gratefulness for the care and the support that they have given. So members of the class of 2021, you did it. You did it. And I am looking forward to watching your futures unfold as you embark upon a new and wonderful journey. May each one of you find joy and see many wondrous things in the coming years. Thanks to our MCC faculty and staff, you are well prepared, and your possibilities are certainly endless. Graduates, today you have proven it. You are truly lifelong, Mott strong.
Dr. Beverly Walker Graffia, President of Mott Community College, can you please come up? It is my pleasure to present to you and to the Board of Trustees the 2021 graduating class of Mott Community College who have completed the requirements for an Associates of Arts, Associate in Science, Associate in Fine Arts, Associate of Applied Science, Associate in General Studies, and Certificates of Achievement. On behalf of the faculty, I would like to recommend these candidates for the conferring of their associate degrees and certificates of achievement.
Jessica Albertsberg, Abdul Rahman Abdul Razak, Anthony Adams, Amy Alberto, Allison M. Allen, Bushra Al-Sadah, Mackenzie Alvarado, Idawu Amos Asalu, Rachel Back, Skylar Dawn Bakewell, Marissa Balderrama, Jasmine Banks, Madison Bankstall, Megan Teely Bauer, Samantha Beeling, Crystal Bell, Vanessa Linnett Blowett, Rebecca Bolang, Nyril Bowlesley, Samantha Boyer, Curtis Bradford, Alyssa Bradley, Sean Brewer, Anthony Briscoe, Allison M. Brooks, Takoya Brown, McKenna Bruce, Cynthia LaShawn Bryant, Whitney Lynn Burns, Laurel Michaela Bush, Kayla Caraher, Jaslyn Kia Monet Cathy, Terrence Caver, Kimberly Caton, Tanya Clark, Terry Coley, Alice Collins, Antonio Cook, Matthew Corbett, Taylor Counts, Kevin Craven, Mercedes Criswell, Lawrence Dantzler Bay, Ashley Davis, Glenn Denard, Crystal Denny, Skylar Duvet, James Edward DeWalt III, Michaeli Diaz, Susan DeLorenzo, Paige Nicole Dombrowski, Molly Danielle Dottie, Monica Tenuel Embeck, Maureen Catherine Egan, Lillian Rebecca Ekman, Ashley Essenmacher, Marissa Renee Evans, Brady Fisher, Elizabeth Fitchett, Rachel Fitzpatrick, Andrea Faith Fudchuk, Cheyenne Foreman, Olivia Franklin, Alexandria Friday, Antonio Garth, Lucas Martin Garza, Amanda Gentry, Elena Brooke Gibbs, Angel Dara Antoinette Gilbert, Morgan Nicole Giltz, Michael Godnacki, Carvel Gordon, Hannah Gray. Jacinta Green. Jasmine Simone Green. Hallie Grinwald. Clifford Grote. Daniel John Gamori.
Courtney M. Ham. McKenna Hamblin. Brandon Harrington.
Marissa L. Hathen.
Taylor K. Hawk. Caitlin Height. Zachary Helm. Olivia Marie Helzer. Bryant Henderson. Jenna Henderson. Jessica Herbert. Julia V. Herstein. Anthony Michael Hill. Kaylee Nadowich. Jeffrey Hoagland. Joshua Holbrook. Raina Hornacek. Kara Horst. Christopher Hosky. Shelby Howard. Ariel Jabero. Shannon Marie Jackson. Daniel Miles Jacob. Kilnesha C. Jameson. Emily Jeffrey. Nyasia Brianna Nicole Johnson. Deshauna Jones. Anthony Raymond Jones II. Kimberly Marie Kelling. Kaylin Kennedy. Sierra Kennedy. Morgan King. Aaron Nall. Eric Lind Kobus. Luke Konsman. Carly Kozlowski. Kevin W. Kramer. Rachel Sue Kasura. Savannah Cheyenne Kyle. Trevor Andrew John LaFalce. Rayanne Leach. Christina Marie Legros. Amanda Lemke. Madison Nicole Leonard. Owen Lichtenfeld. Lisa Lee. Courtney Vanshia Liggins. Edward Lint. Joanna Livingston. Elise Lowell. Jessica Lynn Lucas. Aaron Luckadoo. Donald Lundberg.
Corey Vincent Lyons.
Heathen Mack. Terrence Terrell Macklin. Leanne Mallarney. Lainey Elizabeth Mallet. Samantha Marco. April Martin. Hunter David May. Emily McCoon. Charles McCullough. Heather McDaniel. Michaela Lynn McDaniels. Carissa Marie McDougall. Rebecca L. McFadden. Malika McLeod. Jocelyn Renee Mentel. Jacqueline Miles. Samantha Miller. Anne Minto. Gordon Mitchell. Evan James Morse. Elvin Moy Jr. Autumn Rose Muffley. Derek A. Mundy. T. Tai Nguyen. Alexis T. Nemo. Troy Oakes. Ashley Jean Ugal.
Sierra Ostrander. Brad Ovchazek. Terry Michelle Paget. Jonathan Parkala. Matthew Palmetier. Suleng Patrick. Ava Alexis Patterson. Clement Pena. Kylie Elizabeth Peterson. Mitchell Don Phelps. Tyler Michael Pierce. Jacob Michael Pike. Amanda Pillow. DeQuasia Poplar. Brandy Pratt. Faith Raver. Hunter Patrick David Reddish. Audrey Nicole Remsing. Ray Reyes. Diajane Rhodes. Kelly Rosenkrantz. Nicholas Ross. Amiria Meth Ruamba. Tiffany Rouser. Elizabeth Ann Rook. John Rupin. Vanessa Ann Rousseau. Gary Saunders. Brandy Lynn Sales. Sabrina Celeste Sorrells. Alan Sharp Jr. Layla Irene Schumpert. Trent J. Simmons. Michaela Smith, Kayla Spencer, Hunter Lee Stevens, Savannah Stewart, Talia Monet Madris Stewart, Chelsea Strahan, Lauren Strickler, Brunette Tacken, Lydia Taylor, Therese Thalen, Bailey Marie Thompson, Jordan Sky Thrall, Michael Tannen, Andrew Tolles, Porter Tomaszewski, Ariana Rose Tomzik, Justin Tompkinson, Ashley Trainer, Ryan Jacob Tusher,
Katie L. Tavardos,
Emily Elizabeth Banneman, Audrey Lynn Van Houten, Caitlin Marie Vesey, Deborah Vesey, Spencer Verdesco, Alexandra May Wakefield, Tiant Watkins, Grace Webb, Thomas C. Weir, Ann Weisbrod, Sierra Winsack, Craig Scott Williams, Jacob Adam Williams, Jordan R. Williams, Kelsey Danielle Williams, Precious Williams, Saul Dupree Williams, Destiny G. Wilson, Arlie Elizabeth Weisenbaugh, Rebecca Ray Witt, C. Yang, Madeline Elizabeth Yax, Tony Young, Emily Zate, Corey Zentner,
Will all of the Mott Community College 2021 graduates please stand wherever you are? Under the authority vested in me by the State of Michigan and the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the title of Associate in Applied Science, Associate in Science, Associate in Arts, Associate in Fine Arts, Associate in General Studies, or Certificate of Achievement. And as you remain standing, I invite you now to participate in the virtual tassel ceremony. In just a moment, I am going to ask you to turn your tassel from the right side to the left side of your caps. Now, graduates, on the count of 3, We're going to do this all together and celebrate. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Congratulations! You did it! You made it! This is wonderful and awesome. I can hear the cheering all over Flint and Genesee County. And I'm just excited that we now have one of our graduates to celebrate with you as well, and also to induct you into the Alumni Association. Larry Gothrop, Chief Financial and Administrative Officer for Mott Community College. Will you please come forward?
Thank you, Dr. Beverly, and congratulations, class of 2021. What an accomplishment. You should all be so proud. I greet you today, though, not as the Chief Financial and Administrative Officer of Mott Community College, but as a very proud alum of MCC. And on behalf of the Alumni Association, which represents individuals who attended Flint Junior College, Flint Community College, Genesee Community College, and now officially CS Mott Community College, I would ask that each of you please raise your right hand with me now. I hereby induct you into the Mott Community College Alumni Association and grant you all the rights and privileges that come along with this distinctive recognition. Thank you for participating in today's virtual commencement ceremony. We wish you much continued success. And finally, go Bears.